Hey everybody, so next week we have the unit test number 1, which will cover the section of the textbook, Introduction to Writing, to Essay Writing. So I am just going to go through some of these quick PowerPoints and chit chat about some of the skills that we covered in these chapters and just discuss them with you guys a little bit just to review and help you prep for the test. So chapter 1 was an introduction to writing, Langen's 4 steps to effective writing. So we have this nice triangle here listing out the 4 steps to effective writing. Discovering a clearly stated point or a thesis, right? So you have to come to conclusion. What is your thesis? What is the stance? What is your argument you are trying to prove? And how can you make sure that your point is clear throughout the paper? Even though this thesis statement is one sentence, it's the whole purpose of your paper, and everything in your paper should connect back to that thesis. You should provide logical, thoughtful, detailed support for your thesis. So whatever that stance is, whatever point you're making, or whatever argument you have, you should include support, right? Detailed, clear support. You should organize and connect your support with the material that you're discussing. Okay, so for example, is Google making us stupid? Right, you should connect back to Carr's piece in essay number 1, right? You can consider using the outline plan that I showed you guys, and organize your ideas before you start writing. What are your body paragraphs going to focus on, and how do the focus of those paragraphs support the thesis? And then finally, once you've drafted your essay, revise. Those later chapters, the chapters that are like in the 20s, those are all the grammar and conventions. So you want to make sure that all of that is correct, but you want to read your piece out loud. If you have a roommate or maybe your family member or somebody on campus, or even me, if you'd like me to look at your essay, you can email it to me. But you should be revising and rereading your essay and correcting it as you go. Microsoft Word even has a tool where it will read you your essay out loud to you, and sometimes just listening to it helps you. All right. So talking, you're making assertions. The listener should know who the speaker is, right? The speaker is generally not challenged. Support may or may be given. All right. Writing, assertions are made, right? The reader is likely unknown to the writer. Support is expected. So those are the differences between talking and writing. All right, so a traditional essay structure, right? You have the introductory paragraph, right? You should attract the reader's interest. You should advance the essay by including that clear central idea, that clear thesis, your stance, right? And then you should include the essay's development plan, right? So we have our assertion, right? Our thesis statement, and then we should address the supporting points that we're going to talk about, right? Those should be clear in our introduction. Then we should have a few body paragraphs, sometimes 2, 3, sometimes many more. As you get further on into your field of study, you'll have many more body paragraphs. So that's why it's so important to master organization now. You should establish what the essay is about, or what that body paragraph is about, with the topic sentence. And that topic sentence introduces the whole point of that paragraph, right? And then depending on the essay's genre, the body paragraph could include evidence or examples or discussion, right? So those supporting details, what kind of supporting details you include will vary depending on the type of the type of essay, right? And then finally, concluding the essay, all right? It should be brief, it should restate the thesis, and it may have a concluding thought, maybe a call to action for your reader. Right. And what are the benefits of the traditional essay? Well, right, you'll become a better writer if you're clear, right? You are organized and you are using logic. You're being thoughtful and insightful, right? You'll become a better reader and listener by sharpening your critical awareness, and you'll become a stronger thinker through improved mental discipline and keeping attention on the logical rules. All right. Writing is a skill, not a gift. Attitude is key, right? In order to improve at writing, one must be willing to be open and learn. You should be determined to learn, and you should be dedicated to practicing this skill. So yes, that means writing, revising, returning to your work, practicing. Writing is a process of discovery, right? So it's not always necessarily you start at the beginning and then you write and then you're at the end. Sometimes you have to jump around in your essay as you're revising, say something in your introduction, and you realize later on you should say something different, maybe in your third paragraph. So you jump around when you revise. So don't think that it just has to be you start the paper, you've written it, and it's done. Writing invites us to learn about our subjects as we go. So just that concept of the more that you write and contemplate the topic that you're writing about, the more deeply you'll understand it. And that means going back and revising after you have a deeper knowledge of what you're writing about. Writing is a good way to communicate with others. Good writers know their purpose, they know their audience, they adjust their purpose to accommodate their audience's expectations. Keeping a journal, just jotting things down as you go. Find consistent time to write, practice writing. I know you guys are doing a lot of that for this class. Ways to maximize the writing process. Writing with computer efficiently, right? Be mindful of time, know the various modals and programs, right? So, using Microsoft Word, right? That is the word processor that we use. It's pretty universal. So making sure you're really familiar with Microsoft Word. If you have to use a cloud location, just making sure you're familiar with that. And then save your work in multiple places, right? A flash drive, a hard drive, maybe a cloud drive, and then email it to yourself, right? Regularly print your work. Sometimes it's just so helpful to have a printed copy in hand. You notice things that you don't normally see, feel differently about it when it's printed. You can compose in single space. When you do print it out, I recommend printing it in double space. The reason we have double space is so that there is room for revisions in between the lines. So that is why we use double space in academia. Save files before you rewrite. So if you are making revisions, save multiple drafts, right? So essay number 1, draft 1. Essay number 1, draft 2, right? Save the multiple drafts. Pre-writing, right? So yes, you can pre-write on the computer if you're fast at typing, if you can stay organized. But if you're the kind of person who likes to write on notebook paper, don't drive away from that. Use a computer if you need to. Make a list, create questions. What question would your essay answer? And then finally, writing your first draft, right? Know that you are going to need to revise, so go easy on yourself in the first draft. Don't sit forever and try to write the introduction, right? Just get something down on paper and then later go back and revise. Okay, and then as we mentioned, revising, the greatest benefit of using the computer program is that it makes it so much easier to go back and change things so instantly, right? So make sure you're using special features like the synonym search tool and things like that. Spell check your work, grammar check your work, and here are some online programs. Grammarly and Spell Check Plus are just a couple that will help you revise your essays, and they're free. Take advantage of special features like cut and paste, spell check, grammar check, and don't over rely on them. You have to proofread yourself. All right, and then we are not going to look at MLA format because for this course we are using APA, but that was just a brief summary of Chapter 1. So I will see you guys in Chapter 2.